What's up everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be reviewing a new Gemini jet model to my collection, and that is the Delta Airlines Lockheed L-100. So I recently got this model off of eBay for around $35, and I actually had no idea that Delta had operated this aircraft in their fleet until I had purchased the model. So the specific type of aircraft this is technically the Lockheed L-100. But the specific type that Delta had used in their fleet was the L-382B, which is pretty much all it is a smaller version of the C-130 when the aircraft was originally built. So this is one of only two aircraft that Delta had ever operated in their fleet history that was operated specifically only for cargo and/or freighter, and was a freighter aircraft. And the other one was the C-46, which is another Gemini Jets model that they had made. So this updated version or smaller version of the C-130 and the C-46 were the only two aircraft that Delta ever operated that were only used as a freighter aircraft. So this model was a 2005 Gemini Jets release, and I definitely knew it was rare when I had bought it because I'd never seen it before. And since I never knew that that Delta had operated this aircraft in their fleet at some point in time. So after I got the model, I did some research on the specific aircraft. So Delta operated these sometime between the middle to late 60s to the early 70s until more jets like this, such as the DC-8, came out, to where they just loaded the cargo inside of those planes, inside the passenger planes, and they no longer needed to use these smaller freighter aircraft. So Delta operated these planes, the smaller version, the L-100, a smaller version of the C-130. They operated these aircraft to do pretty much just smaller flights, kind of like what the FedEx ATRs and the FedEx Cessna Caravans do pretty much now. Pretty much all they were used is operate small, short cargo flights to transport the specific type of freighter. So Delta only operated a very small number of these aircraft in their fleet, and I never would have thought Delta would have been an airline to operate this smaller version of the C-130, because originally I had thought the C-130 was only made specifically for military cargo or military types of transportation. So I definitely thought that was pretty cool when I found out that Delta had operated this aircraft, because I originally thought it was only made for military purposes and wasn't actually made for as a commercial type of aircraft. So that's pretty much all the information about this model. So like usual, I would start with the review of the box and then get into the review of the model. So on the front face of the box, there is, up the top, is the limited edition logo, since this is a limited edition model. And then there is a diecast model with a 1:400 scale, and then the really nice picture of the Lockheed L-100 displayed there on the front, with the Delta Airlines logos on that. And then the specific type of aircraft is, for that Delta operated, was the Lockheed L-382B, with the Delta logo and the SkyTeam logo there. And then Gemini Jet's their slogan, which is made for collectors, by collectors, and then their logo down there in the right-hand corner. So opening up the inside portion of the box, you have the clear plastic part where the model sits, and then all the information for the specific aircraft. So I did read through this when I got it, and I originally thought that it would have had the description of Delta's C-130s that they had operated, but it pretty much is just the information for the Lockheed L-100 just in general. So down below that, below where it says the L-382B, is pretty much all of the specific information about the specific aircraft, and that is the length, which is 97 feet and 9 inches, the wingspan 132 feet and 7 inches, the height, which is 38 feet and 5 inches, the empty weight at 75,562 pounds. The cruising speed is 374 miles per hour. Range is 2,356 miles. The load is 96 troops, which is equivalent to 47,990 pounds. And then the specific engine types are the 4X Allison T56A15 turboprops. And then there is their slogan again down there, and then the Gemini Jets logo with the website, and then their slogan down at the bottom, made for collectors by collectors. And then they also have some other details displayed on the sides. There is the picture of the aircraft again, and then there also is a registration number displayed for the model displayed on the bottom, which is November 9268 Romeo. So then for the review of the model, since this is a 1 to 400 scale model, and it is a very small version of the C-130, this model is definitely very small compared to the rest of them, since the 1 to 400 scale, compared to all the rest of them, is supposed to be the actual life size comparison as they would be in real life. So, up at the front portion of the model, there is the cockpit windows with the Delta Airlines logo right there. And then the entire aircraft is in Delta's, the really nice Delta retro livery. I'm pretty sure that the livery, Delta's livery, this particular livery that Delta had, was the very first livery where they introduced the triangular Delta logo design, which is displayed here on the tail. So there are 3 windows nicely displayed right there on the cargo hold on the bottom portion of the undercarriage, right below the Delta Airlines logo. The entire undercarriage is in the really nice metallic silvery chrome kind of coloring. And then they're also right there on the tanker, on the fuel tanks, is the Delta Airlines logo again with air freighter displayed. And then the bottom portion of that is in the really nice navy blue coloring. So all of the props are spinning as well, which I thought that was a really nice addition to this model and the design. Then there is one of the doors on towards the back with 3 more windows displayed there. And then Lockheed 100 displayed right above the registration number. And again, the registration number there is November 9268 Romeo. And then the really nice Delta Airlines logo displayed on the tail with Delta Air Freighter. So that was another thing that I thought was really nice about this model, is how it listed right there as the Air Freighter. Once again, this is one of only 2 aircraft that Delta had ever operated that were specifically only used for transporting cargo and as a freighter aircraft. And then another great addition to this model on the very bottom part is the rear cargo door. So I'm not sure how many of these models that Gemini Jets had particularly made as the L-100 or otherwise known as the L-382B. Once again, this is a very small Gemini Jets model, but is a really nicely detailed one. Since it is small, it has great detail on it. And the landing gear is also really nicely detailed with the landing gear doors right there displayed on the sides and as well as on the nose gear. So really great details displayed on this model, and I'm really happy to have this in my collection. Pretty much is all the review for it. So this is the 3rd Delta model that I have in my collection. With the other 2, I did do review videos on those ones as well. The other 2 I have is a new release of the A350 with a Spirit of Delta livery stickered on the front portion of the plane. And then the other model I have is the Delta A330-900 Neo. So is a pretty major gap between aircraft types, going from the very new aircraft for the A350 and the A330 Neo, and then going all the way back to a 1960s and 1970s smaller C-130 with the retro Delta livery. But I'm very happy to have this one on my collection, and I don't know much about specific rarity of Gemini Jets yet, but as far as I know of, I think this model is a pretty rare one. I'm really glad I was able to get it when I did, when I had first seen it. As soon as I saw it, I knew it was rare, since I'd never seen this type of model before. But so overall, it is a very nice Gemini Jets model, very small, but is a very nice model, and I'm really happy to have it in my collection. So thank you all so much for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.